So, thank you, Nan, for the presentation. So, I would like to elaborate more on how to review the existing knowledge culture in order to maintain or improve the knowledge culture by having organizational diagnosis. So, organizational diagnosis, it can be conducted using many sources such as apa, evidence or guidance through organizational pattern, attitude, behaviors, and processes. And it also can be assisted with clarifying areas which challenge effective development and change. So, so in the knowledge culture, the diagnosis focus on the seven aspects, which like each aspect they can they have like a range of question that can be asked uh, for exploring the existing condition of the organization, like more exploring on that. And then the the first one is organizational context. So in this aspect, the possible question that can be asked is maybe it can ask by is the current market uh, that the organization runs is stable or not, and then what are the key what are the key focus of the organization, and what type of knowledge that can be applied towards the organization. And then the next one is knowledge definition. So knowledge definition is basically like like the understanding of the knowledge that they receive, that they have gained in the organization. And then what like how the core knowledge that they receive being identified. And then the next one is knowledge philosophy. So knowledge philosophy, it being like how they identify the knowledge philosophy, and if the knowledge that they receive, they have the philosophy, are, are the employees are really 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 acknowledge what the philosophy is. And then the next one is knowledge cohesion. So cohesion means like the unity between the employees in the organization. So here in the knowledge cohesion, do the employees really work together, work together as a team, and share their expertise, and they really share their tradition to show that they really have a strong knowledge culture in the organization. Because you know why, knowledge community, they have really like sebulat suara tau for the knowledge to sustain in the organization. Because if one of them against it, okay, the knowledge might not be sustained. So are they really like sharing the same tradition in the organization, the norms and the culture. And then next one is the knowledge conflict. Knowledge conflict, like if like there's any conflict arise, if the knowledge arise, is it being held back from particular groups or individual? And then when the conflict happens, okay, they need decision to be made so that they have the solution. So the decision that they want to finalize, is it depending from all the various available sources, or they just like depend from what they have in front of their eyes, like partial information? So which one? And then the next one is knowledge sharing. Knowledge sharing, all employees being encouraged to share their knowledge, and what type of knowledge that that they can actually share in the organization, in the organization. And then last but not least is key people. So key people, how these employees really promote their knowledge management, and are they really committed enough towards the agenda of their knowledge management lah. So okay, oh sorry, I didn't make it bigger. So all the question, the question that I've mentioned before have been asked. Is it can be all the question can be undertaken using different approaches according to the different level in the organization. So the larger the scale of the investigation, the more they need like more formal intensive investigation. So the diagnosis yang seven aspect tadi tu can help to give a clear picture of the knowledge culture that can be emerged together. So as you can see here, in this slide is organizational level, this one is group level, and this one is individual level. So every organization they have like these common three levels, and then the smaller the level, the approaches will be more personalized, like it's been like PNC lah. PNC. So for example, if the cultural evidence needed of values or philosophy in the organizational level, the approach that can be used is maybe they can use survey, or they can use comparison and trend analysis. So in the group level, for example, if the organization wants to diagnose about knowledge sharing, or 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 conflict, the approach could be used by doing, for example, case study or action research. Meanwhile, for the individual level, the smallest one, if the evidence is needed, maybe they need like priorities or experience. The approaches that can be used, maybe they can use uh, apa? They can use observation, they can use interview, or they can like just refer to the case history. And then like in the organization, any change process in the knowledge culture will affect the organization uh, and the stakeholder as well, who need the opportunity and they need like a negotiation desired outcome. They need like they have their achieved outcome. So like in order for them to enhance the knowledge culture, there are various elements of program planning that can be done using various processes. So first one is identify the key goals, identify the key goals that they want to achieve. So the strategy that can be applied in this program planning, maybe they can do list out any realistic desired goals that can be achieved through the intervention process. And if there's any program that needs to be held and wants to identify the program scope, it can be done by what are the objective that need to be achieved from the program that they want to help, and how the program will affect to encourage the cultural enhancement, and is there like any time period for the formal intervention phase taken. So beside in order to identify the major contribution, they need to have clarified roles or responsibilities, and form any established advisory group, which is like mentor mentee, like macam tu lah, mentor mentee from representative, uh, the stakeholder, which is they can actually help for the good investment and positive cash flow. And then the next one is the organization maybe can make a review on the diagnostic feedback, which is that been gathered or reviewed from the previous development intervention by maybe they can do like figure out the success or failure to the clarify potential issues that they might be faced. So this one is to gather the background information on the current organizational culture and knowledge activities. And then the next one maybe um, in order to review the acceptability of the knowledge culture, it can be done by identifying the people itself in the organization that maybe they are like they have the ability, or they are more likely can contribute to any change process, and consider how the cultural shift can be, maybe it can be beneficial to the organization or not. And then the organization, okay, the firm also can break down the goals into, maybe they want to specific, achievable or measurable objective with target lah, with their own target in order to achieve their key development objective. And then for more enhancement of the knowledge culture, the organization need to identify all relevant activity or tasks by, maybe they can assign the task to specific contributors and always need to be monitored for completion lah, for mission accomplished, which evaluation program and strategy need to be included in the schedule as well. And then an organization also can develop communication plan and out figure out which stage of any activity that they have done should be carried out to spread into wider community by planning for marketing and communication program. And then after everything has been done, the second last process will be the plan for evaluation and monitor the intervention acceptance, apa ni, which can be done maybe they can plan for the outcomes and consider apa ni, if the completion will be successful or not. And then the last process can be done through preparing the timeliness and commitment summary. Commitment summary, maybe they can do uh, by reviewing the overall plan and have an expectation, and then the expectation can be reached or not. And then besides in this process as well is the capacity that the organization give, is it sufficient enough to undertake the program. And then the most important is um are there and is there any like potential contributor ataupun stakeholder that can be, that maybe they are interested to contribute for a better cash flow, as I mentioned just now. And above all the processes tadi tu, they have like 11, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they have 11. The planning and the implementation of the intervention require proper management. So that's why knowledge management is very important to be applied in the apa in these processes. Just now, I just elaborate about planning the program that can be helped to enhance the knowledge management. Now I'm going to explain on how the way to implement the program. So the first one is communicate the program intention and ongoing progress. So as you guys know that a clear communication between both parties really is the work that they want to finish. So in this case, people need to be informed and give opportunity to share, or they can have opportunity to discuss together about the planning and future expectation that will be made for the future planning. This is because whenever any changes being implemented, everyone will be affected. So with good communication, nobody will feel like they left behind, and everyone can keep track with the info. So there are many communication channels that can be used in this era. They can use emails, or they can really like just use WhatsApp or any preferable platform, so they can keep being informed. And then the next one is they can use pilot tests. This test can help to identify identify any possible problem encountered lah. So pilot test even being used for the thesis as well. Pilot test can be done right before implement into the large scale. So the reason why pilot tests need to be done, because not all people can accept changes. Yes, not all people can accept changes, because some people they might adapt fast for a change, and some people might not do good on the changes. So the test can avoid any like possible high risk in the organization that can happen. So this can help to avoid on that. And then the third one is accommodate difference. So accommodate different, as I mentioned just now, some people they can accept and some people might not. And then members of knowledge community, they need to they need to be encouraged themselves to test any new strategy or intervention that need to be implemented. So it should be accommodate to the diversity of the approaches that might can be used for the knowledge community. And then last but not least, support the planned intervention, the cultural intervention lah. So employees need to be well supported during cultural intervention, and this can be done. Maybe they can simply just do the mentor mentee, or they can use communal sharing through the range of dissemination channels. So I already like I already explained about the plan and the implement. Now, how to maintain the knowledge culture in the organization. So, how to like maintain, how to sustain. This is because knowledge community they rely on each other, and then conflict may occur if the organization does not really actively sustain the knowledge culture. So the first one they can do by ensure the leaders of the knowledge are well supported and being taken care of. So because they have because this kind of people, they have the power to influence and guide the knowledge culture accordingly, which is in a very appropriate way. So the second one is maintain the communication of practice cultural well-being, COP. So support can be in the form of guidance, guide the people on how to develop and maintain a positive COP, and there are like a few approaches that can be used, that can be done to ensure a healthy COP, such as, okay, the first one is clarify the members' domains and contribution. This is to have a good understanding of the focus lah, such as the activities and the expectation scope for of the each contributor. And then the second one is identify potential members. This one is to encourage the connection of the common interest, of the expertise or the talent of uh, each of the potential members. And then the next one is assist key members with support of workload, because they want to develop a better group, a better individual, so they can have more knowledge and they can share and they can like polish their expertise on that. And then the fourth one is enable opportunities to interact, because the stronger the organizational support, the greater the willingness of the employees to commit to the such network. Maksudnya, if they are happy, they are willing to do better. And then the last one is consider a broker to help the management of COP, because the broker that being assigned, they can help with the complex processes of they can do like coordinating, they can do translating, or maybe they can integrate the different of members perspectives. And then last but not least, the conclusion. An effective knowledge community development requires ongoing and dedicated support. They don't stop. It's really um, continuous journey. And actually, the diagnosis that I've mentioned before, it helps to monitor the knowledge culture and identify any barriers to towards the innovation that they want to implement. And then the development of this knowledge culture is actually really complex, because it deals with many types of people, and it also links to many different organizational, they have different work roles, so they really have so much understanding between each of them. So that's all from me and Naren. I hope that our presentation is being well presented, and I'm sorry if I didn't make this this presentation like Naren did, because the software is not fully supported on my laptop. So thank you so much, Doctor. Assalamualaikum.